Hello there, my name is Billy Armstrong and I'm from pianoandpies.co.uk and I'm here to show you all the guitar parts that you need to know for Farewell to the Fairground by the White Lies. And what I've done, because it is quite a long song and there's lots of different parts, you can click anywhere on this list to go directly to that part of the video tutorial. So if you want to try the guitar riff, you can click there and it'll take you straight to the riff, or if you want to go to the chorus, you can do that, and so on. However, if you want to try and learn the full thing from me, then just keep watching the video. Okay, so for the guitar riff that happens straight after the drum solo at the start of the song, we can break that down into two parts. And thankfully they're both very similar to each other. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with our index finger. We're going to find the B string and we're going to try fret number 9. That's going to be our first note to play. And after that we're going to use our little finger on fret number 11 on the E string. And you can play those two notes one after each other. Then directly after that, you need to play fret number 9 on the E string, so just below you can use that finger to push down on the E string. So 3 notes together. And then you finish that little part back on the first note, fret number 9 on the B string. And what I like to do sometimes is to put a little bit of vibrato, so you just wiggle your finger on that note, just adds a little bit more to the solo. And then directly after that, what we need to do is slide this finger down to fret number 7, still on the B string, and play this. And that's just going up to number 9. 2 7s and a 9. So the first half of this solo sounds like this. And to put a tempo with that, this is how it sounds. 2 3 4 1 2. 1 2. Now what you'll have noticed there when I was counting in, I waited 2.5 beats for the first part and then 2.5 beats for the second part. And that'll be true for the second half of the guitar solo as well. So I'll play that again for you. 2 3 4 1 2. 1 2. It's not on the second beat, it's just after the second beat. Now for the second half of the guitar solo, we're going to play what we did at the start of the first part of the solo again. So we play this. Exactly the same, we don't change that. However, we have 2 new notes. What we need to do is, well in fact we have 1 new note because we go back to this note, which is the 7 on the B string, but we resolve that by using our index finger on the G string on fret number 6. So to play all of that together, I'll do that again. And again, you could put a bit of vibrato on the end of that as you hold that note for a couple of beats. So altogether, the riff should sound like this. And then you would repeat it as it does on the track. To put that with a tempo, it'll sound like this. 2 3 4 1 2. 1 2. 1 2. 1. You'll notice how on that very last part, that comes in just after the first beat. For example, 1 2 1. So on that second beat. So forget about the first beat, it's directly on that second beat. 1 2 and. Okay, so for the verse we have some stabs that you need to play, and by stabs I mean we're going to play notes that are short and snappy, so you're not going to let them ring out. And what we need to do is we need to get our index finger, we need to find fret number 9, but what we're going to do is we're going to play 3 notes at the same time, and we're going to play the E string, the B string and the G string. Pad of your finger on fret number 9. I'm going to play those together 4 times. And that is with my right hand, down, up, down, up. It needs to be nice and loud, very short and snappy. Don't let the notes ring on. We don't want that, it needs to be nice and short. And that is going to come in on the 4th beat of every bar during the verse. For example, 1 2 3, 1 2 3, 1 2 3. However, on the 4th time round, every time you repeat this, you need to bring in 2 extra beats. And it's just after the 3rd beat that you bring it in. For example, 1, 2, 3. I'll do that again. 1, 2, 3. And very slowly it's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So just 2 extra beats that we put on there. So all together the verse should sound like this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then you just loop that round as many times as you need for the verse. Now in between the guitar riff during the introduction and the verse, there are some chords that you can play along with this. So if you're in a band, you can have one person doing the main parts, the lead parts, and someone else doing the backing parts, which supports the riff and the stabs that we've been learning. And those chords are all power chords. What we need to do is start on fret number 4 on the 2nd string, so that's C sharp, build a power chord, so fret number 4 on the A string, use your 4th finger for fret number 6 on the D, and with your little finger on the G string, fret number 6 again. And you'll play those notes together 16 times. So I'll count myself in. 2, 3, 4. Then after that, we can go to a power chord of E, and it's going to be an open chord of E, but still power chord shape, so 0, open string on the E, then fret number 2, and then fret number 2 on the following strings. However, you're not going to play that 16 times, you'll play it 8 times. So, and to finish it, you need a power chord on fret number 2, which is F sharp, so fret number 2, fret number 4, and number 4 on the following strings. And that's 8 times as well. So 16 on the first, 8 on the second, and 8 on the next. So altogether, the verse should sound like this. Okay, so for the chorus, we have a lot of new chords, and we need to start with A major. And what we're going to do, instead of playing an open chord of A, which will be down there, I'm going to play an A, kind of like a bar chord, but I'm going to focus mainly on the top 4 strings. So if you don't know what a bar chord is, what we need to do with this finger is essentially we're going to cap all 6 strings with that finger. However, obviously that doesn't sound too great, we're going to use these fingers to help make the rest of the chord. And we're going to follow the same pattern as you would with a power chord, so use these 2 fingers to help make a power chord. So you start on fret number 7, fret number 5, fret number 7 and 7. And then with your middle finger, fret number 6 in between. And you're going to play the top 4 strings on that. And there's your A chord. And then you're going to keep that same shape, move it up to number 7, and you've got a chord of B major. And what we're going to do, just to get the right rhythm for that, it's going to sound like this. 2, 3. And that B comes in on the 4th beat. Notice how I leave a gap in between the first chord and the second chord. I don't let it ring. 2, 3. Yeah, that's really important. Now the 3rd chord that you need to try is going to be C sharp minor. And I'm going to keep that finger barred on, but it's going to be on fret number 9. So you're going to cap that finger on, so really squeeze down with your thumb to get on all 6 strings. However, you're going to have the 2 fingers as normal for the power chord shape, so it's going to be 11 and 11. But this time, don't have your middle finger on, that helps make a minor chord. And you're going to hit that chord, you're going to cut it off, and wait for 4 beats. 2, 3, 4. So altogether it should sound like this. 2, 3. 2, 3, 4. So for the second half of the chorus, what we need to do is keep the same shape that we play for the C sharp minor, but move it down to fret number 4 on the guitar, and that's going to be G sharp that we play, so G sharp minor. All 6 strings, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're playing it on the first beat, cut it off for beats 2 and 3, then 4th beat you strum again. 2, 3. And then finally we go up to B major, which you've already played. Put that middle finger back on to make it a major chord. 2, 3, 4. And again you just play it the once there. So all together, this is how the chorus will sound. Now in the second and the third and final chorus, they mix it up a little bit by strumming the chords. Now it's exactly the same order and for the same length of time. However, instead of having gaps, you start strumming on them. So basically what we do is this. We start on fret number 5, just as we did before with the chorus, and we play this. Okay, so for the middle section of the song, what we need to do is we've got 3 chords that we're going to play, but we're going to play them with a palm muted tone to it. So that means with your right hand, what you need to do is get this part of your hand on the strings, and when you play, you should get this kind of sound. Yeah, kind of like a muted sound. It doesn't sound too great. However, when you put a chord with it, which the first chord will be E major, if you don't know how to play E major, we need to get these 2 fingers, keep them together. You're going to play an open E string, but on the next 2 strings, the A and D, you need to put those 2 fingers on fret number 2. Then with this finger on the G string below that, fret number 1, and then 2 open strings for B and E, and you get that chord, an E major chord. However, we're going to palm mute it 16 times. Then after that we move up to fret number 7, which is a B major chord, which is what we've seen in the chorus. What we need to do is bar all 6 strings with that finger, so pressing down all the way. With these 2 fingers we need to play on fret number 7 on the A and D string, middle finger on the G string, fret number 8, and then obviously the bottom 2 strings are played by this finger here. And that's a B major chord. You'll play that 8 times. Then move everything up a tone, which is 2 frets, up to fret number 9, take this finger off and play that 8 times. In fact, you'll play that 7 times, because we're going to jump early back to the E major chord, and you're going to accent that twice. So you're going to take this hand off completely, and you're going to strum that really loud twice. And on the track, that's where they have the whole band hitting. They've got the drummer hitting the floor toms and the snare, and the bass player playing those 2 notes really loud to accompany you with the loud strums. So all together, that middle section should sound like this. And so on, and it just gradually builds up from there. Okay, so that's the end of the video tutorial. Thank you for watching, and if you would like me to make another video tutorial on another song, whether it's guitar or piano, feel free to comment below and I'll get around to making that video. And if you'd like to look at all of my other music videos that I've been making, I've done lots of original songs, lots of covers, then you can check out my channel. You can subscribe if you like. And I also have links at the end of this video to my website, where I post everything that I do musically, as well as lots of my photography and lots of other things going on I post there. And I've also got links to my Facebook page that you can like, as well as my SoundCloud profile as well. But other than that, thank you very much for watching, folks. I'll see you next time.